Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, there's clouds in the sky. It's so nice today. It is so unbelievably nice. Last night was roasting. It was really, really hot, and I didn't get under the duvet until literally 5 in the morning. When I think the cold weather had started to it's still like 24. But yeah, so it was pretty hot last night, so I still didn't sleep very well. But got up this morning. It's cloudy outside. It's threatening to rain. As I was coming down, it was like spitting. I had the windows all the way down. It was gorgeous, just having that cold wind on your face. I've got jeans on again, so I'm living the dream, quite frankly. I like it when it's cool, even though this isn't quite cool enough still. This is so much better than yesterday. It's such a vast improvement, my lord. Otherwise though, today we're heading on in a little bit later than normal. It's a Thursday, it's a half day Friday today. So we don't need to be there till 9. So I had an extra hour lying, which I think made up for the fact that I couldn't get to sleep last night. And yeah, yesterday I had a lot more time on my hands than I thought. I managed to get home and I went through and replied to everyone's comments and all that kind of stuff. And you know what I mean? It was just, I just did everything. It was brilliant. So I'm happy about that, because it meant I was able to catch up on comments, catch up on video descriptions, all that kind of stuff. I thought I was going to fall behind on daily vlogs because you take longer to render and upload than my old camera did and all that. I've got to remember to hold you further away from me though. But yeah, other news as well. My muscles are so achy, so unbelievably achy, from my shoulders, biceps, you know, those beasts right there. It took me a while. I reckon it's from wrestling with my car to try and get those rubber things off and on. I think it's just taken a while to set in. My wrist hurts. I think that's from snooker. My neck hurts as well. I think that's from snooker as well. But man, I'm very achy all over today. What's going on today? What goes on every day, lady? It's like fucking Pinky in the Brain here. What do we do every night, Pinky? Take over the world. We're going to deploy to live, which is more or less the same thing. We had problems yesterday because the databases have been updated and our code hadn't. I'm not sure whether that database update has been applied to live, which could cause us issues. But YOLO, let's just get it on. At least seeing an error message is better than seeing nothing at all, right? Why is today more coding of my own stuff? I've got that thing up, so now I've got to do some acceptance tests to make sure it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. The problem with acceptance tests is, I run this code on 2 different computers that are very, very different. So, man, it's a bit of a ball ache that, to be honest with you. But hey ho, that's life. That's what all the people say. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're now heading on home. We're just walking away. I'm walking on my own. I don't normally talk now, do I, anymore? Because Lewis normally walks with me, but his car's in the garage getting fixed up. It's got an oil leak, and it's going to cost him like 500 quid to fix. So he's thinking of just selling his car. So if you want a Mazda RX-8 for 2 grand, you can buy one off him. Obviously, it's got a oil leak problem. Just ruin that for him. But otherwise, we're heading on out. Look. Floor's wet. We've had rain, ladies and gentlemen, and the air is so much cooler for it as well. It's really nice actually, and hoping these clouds bring something similar later as well. The sun is still quite hot, but the rain has really, really cooled the air. It doesn't feel heavy anymore. It feels nice and light and blowy and whatnot. I'm gonna get in my car. I want to beat the bus to where Lewis is, so I can beat the horn at him and go bus lol, just for fun. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and speed my way around. I'll tell you about work when we get there, because we actually deployed to live today after however long of saying it, and I need to remember to keep my arm further away from me because the focal length is a little bit smaller than it should be my old camera. So my old camera was really quite forgiving. I could hold it really, really close, it wouldn't really matter. But this camera's a little bit more harsh, we'll say. So I've got to try my hardest to keep my arm at full length as much as possible, at least. Right, let's get in the car, let's go home. What, driving here, windows down, I got goosebumps. I was a little bit cold, I was a little bit nippy, I was. That's the kind of weather I like. Bring that on. Lovely. And this room isn't atrociously hot yet, touch wood. It won't get much warmer, although the sun is now out. So, work today. We deployed to live. To clarify here, we're not going live until like for 2 weeks, but we need to deploy to the box and make sure that like everything will in theory work. There's a couple of things we obviously can't test because it's live, but we can like test it with a bit of test data and point it at different environments and things like that. There's like the very end of both, like if you imagine it like one big string, we can essentially test the middle bit works, and then just divert by diverting the end to make sure that the input and the output don't actually go to live, because that's bad. You shouldn't piss about with live data, or risk doing things wrong on live data, but you need to make sure it works everywhere. But yeah, so that was fun. I was playing around with, well, we deployed once, and for some reason, like, make directory stopped working. So we deployed again. Well, we did some debugging stuff, and it just worked. Deployed again, it worked. Tested the thing, we're like, oh, it seems to be working, but it's not giving us any logs in the databases. Tested the database connection, reset up all this kind of crap, and then we realised potentially, this is over the span of the day, we then realised that potentially the firewall is blocking us from communicating with the live databases, so we had that to play with. Database was ready to listen to us, but there was no, it was just being blocked from the firewall, so it didn't even get close. Happy birthday. Yeah, that was basically the entirety of my day. I don't like ops-y kind of stuff. It's not fun at all. I'd much prefer to just get involved with some programming, and that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. That's on my to-do list of things to do. Quite a long to-do list though, because I've wanted to do like the things on my to-do list since like Tuesday, but then my car park came yesterday, snooker, etc. So in fact Monday even, but I went shopping Monday night. But I've had a busy week this week, haven't I? So yeah, still a mess, like really, really achy if I do certain things with my arm like that. That hurts. Just my left arm. Right arm, fine. Happy birthday, mate. Just swing around, mate. Have a fun time. This beast can't be tamed, but this one can be tamed quite easily. So anyway, that's that. We're having tuna and pasta bake for dinner tonight. And what else are we doing? What else are we doing with our lives? My to-do list. So I guess we should really look at that relatively as soon as possible too. The advantage of tuna and pasta bake is it takes a long time to cook, so while it's in the oven cooking, you may as well do other things at the same time. Oh gosh. Oh man, my arm, I'm so sore. Oh man. So yeah, has anything else happened today? I didn't bump into Lewis. It looked like there was a bus ahead of me. It's because I have to go like that way around, the bus goes that way, so unfortunate, but I overtook the bus further down the line, which was alright for me. I enjoyed that. Sticking to the bus. Buses are crap, man. What else? I think that's legit it. So we're going to look at my to-do list and we'll figure out what's first. I think I've got to install some stuff on my laptop. I think that's on my to-do list. I replied to comments last night, so I've caught up on that. That's happy. That was good stuff. Install software, look. Just basically just installing some software, mate. Look at this bad boy. Oh, look at that face. Seems the landlords have not only treated us to a brand new dishwasher, but also a brand new Hoover. So I thought, you know what, I'm taking advantage of this. I'm going to do some hoovering. That thing, infinitely better than the other one, the old one, in the sense that it actually hoovers. It actually sucks stuff up. That's what I want from my hoovers. Yeah, it's a relatively good, high priority, I reckon. It's probably up there. Car that parks on this road now. I'm trying to figure out whether it's mine or not, whether it's like the 16 valve model. It's sport active, but it doesn't say 16 valve on the boot. So I don't know whether mine would beat it in a race. Things that, it's a thing, isn't it? You buy a car and then you stop watching other people. That's my car, you know what I mean? Anyway, while it's all very nice, well and good, that got the Hoover. I've actually done a load of tinkering today. I installed a load of stuff on my laptop that I wanted to install. I've got pushbullet now, which manages notifications and stuff and like shares them out between loaded computers. So it'll push a notification from my phone to my laptop, or my desktop, so that I can reply to text messages and stuff from my computer, which is awesome. But two, it also means that if I get tweets, I always get like a load of I get quite a lot of notifications because I'm an internet person. I spend a lot of time on the internet. I have like a public Twitter and all that kind of shit. And the most annoying thing is I'll like go through my notifications obviously as they come through or whatever, but then as soon as I get home, unlock my Nexus, it's got all of the notifications for the day. It doesn't like sync across Google accounts. That drives me mad, but now with pushbullet it actually does. So if I get rid of it on my phone, it disappears on my Nexus, which is exactly what I want. That's brilliant. Otherwise I just had like tuna and pasta bake and installed like text editors and stuff on my laptop, and yeah, thought I'd do some cleaning. So I took the bins out, hoovered, washed up like the sides and stuff. I basically did a weekend spring clean in the middle of the week, and because I thought I'd take advantage of the fact that it's quite cool, but it's actually not that cool. It kind of warmed up, especially after the hoover came in, so I'm leaving the house now to, like, you know, refresh myself with some cool air, have a nice little walk around this park, and then think about heading back and doing some programming. Yeah. Oh, I just sat down and it's actually a bit cold, you know, which I think is why the park's so empty. Yes, this is what I like. This is almost perfect. I much prefer being too cold. It slammed it down with rain at work, and I'm like, God, I love the rain, thank God for that. And everyone was like, you are from the north. And immediately, as soon as it started raining, people started saying, oh, it's never sunny here. Classic British summer. But anyway, we've just been in the heat wave for the past like fucking 8 days. Because everyone forgets the heat as soon as it goes a bit nippy, doesn't it? They just immediately forget. I don't bloody forget the heat. I don't at all. Because it's fucking horrible. I was going to mention that I did something. I can't remember what it was now. I don't know. Anyway, just got my clothes out the washer, and I'm just about to put it up to dry. It's nearly 10 o'clock though, it's about 10 to 10, so I'm going to end the video here. I've also learned something else that was quite life-changing today. Pushbullet has changed my life, because I can now send text messages from my computer, which is bloody brilliant. It's a bloody good idea, and I don't know why, like Google and that lot haven't figured that shit out. Well, Apple haven't they, but I don't know why Google didn't bother doing that kind of crap a long time ago, because they have the manpower to do it, more or less. But pushbullet exists, so you don't need to. Why copy it, eh? Why do we need to copy things, eh, in this industry? You just get it over with. Something else I've learned is that, oh, sorry, is that you can stubs, these bad boys here, you can edit them after you've fucking compiled them. You've created them by just going like dot function name, well, function signature, edit. That's madness. That is life-changing, and I'm going through and I'm changing all of my unit tests now to make them all cleaner, because some of them are really, really big, because they have to like, well, I thought that I had to reinitialize my stub with like specific things every single time. No, I don't. Now I can just go set a default one and then just edit the ones I want to edit. Oh my God, in single line, well, not single lines, but in much smaller than the many lines it was taken. So I'm going to spend my evening doing that. And then tomorrow we'll concentrate on writing acceptance tests, which is going to be difficult because I do run it on 2 different computers. Like the acceptance tests we run at work all use a file share, so that like path directories and stuff like that are all at specific machines, or we'll have a box that has the code deployed to it. I wonder if that's the solution, actually. No, it doesn't make sense to deploy this to like a Raspberry Pi or anything and then acceptance test it like that. That's silly. But no, it's weird because I've got moving from computer to computer. Like I need essentially a file share that's in the same place. Like here, I've got a C drive and a D drive, and virtually everything's on my D drive, and only like my OS and stuff is on my C drive, and some power hungry programs and stuff. Like video editors and games and shit. But at work, I've got my C drive and an X drive, and the X drive is where all my code is, because that's my RAM disk, and that's where all my fast code is. I need, like, the amount of code we have, we need it to be on a really, really fast drive. It's so much better as well. As soon as, yeah, but then, like, you know what I mean? So that means I've essentially got to put everything on my C drive here, which I don't want to do, or it means I could map my RAM disk to a D drive. I could do it like that. But then I've got to replicate the code, you know what I mean? Like everything on my acceptance test would use as like test data, I've got to replicate on my RAM disk at work, which isn't ideal in the slightest, because obviously a RAM disk disappears every weekend when I turn it off. So I don't know. I've got to get around that solution. To be honest with you, it's probably an idea to use something like Google Drive or Dropbox to keep it running on 2 different machines. But then even then, like that folder itself has to be on would have to be on the C drive, like Google Drive and Dropbox. Here on my D drive, if I install it at work, it'd have to be on my C drive or my X drive. Unless I set up a RAM disk specifically for this, like a second RAM disk of just like a gig. That might be an idea. Then put Google Drive on that. And then, maybe. But anyway, I'm going to put this away and I'm going to render you out, get you uploaded and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm going to clean up all my unit tests. Happy birthday. Right, thanks for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you later.